Hey, welcome back to QZ Stories. I've got another brand new story for you today. Today's story will shock you. An HOA Karen everyone hated ended up marrying the kindest man in the neighborhood. And what happened next is something nobody could have imagined. Trust me, you'll want to see how this ends. I'll never forget the first time I saw her. Karen. She wasn't just any neighbor. She was the neighbor everyone feared. If your grass grew half an inch too tall, she noticed. If you left your trash can out 5 minutes late, she filed a complaint. And heaven forbid you parked a car slightly over the sidewalk line. She would take photos and email the HOA before you could even move it. People hated HOA meetings. Not because of the rules themselves, but because of her. Karen sat at the center table, arms crossed, lips pressed tight, eyes sharp like a hawk waiting to pounce. Every sentence she spoke sounded like a command. Every time she raised her voice, the entire room tensed. For years, she controlled our little neighborhood like it was her personal kingdom. Nobody dared to question her. People avoided eye contact, avoided conversations, and even avoided being outside at the same time as her. But deep down, I kept asking myself, why is she like this? Was she really just born entitled? Or was there more to her story? Little did I know the answer would come in the most unexpected way, through someone she never saw coming. It started when a new man moved into the neighborhood. His name was Daniel. Tall, calm, always smiling. The complete opposite of Karen. He was the kind of man who helped neighbors carry groceries without being asked, waved at kids riding bikes, and fixed broken mailboxes just because he had the tools. At first, we all assumed he'd end up clashing with Karen. How could someone so patient and kind possibly get along with the most difficult woman on the block? But then, something shocking happened. Instead of arguing with him, Karen started talking to him. Not shouting, not demanding, talking. And before long, rumors started spreading. Daniel and Karen were dating. The neighborhood was in disbelief. How could Karen, the queen of HOA complaints, fall for a man like Daniel? And here's the question I want to ask you. Backhand index pointing right, do you think love can truly change someone's character? Drop your thoughts in the comments because what happened next might surprise you. First, nobody believed it. We thought maybe it was just an act. Maybe Karen was pretending to be nice to impress Daniel. But slowly, we began noticing real changes. She stopped showing up to every meeting with a list of complaints. Instead, she sat quietly, listening to others. She even nodded along when people suggested new ideas for the community, something she had never done before. One evening, I saw something I never thought I'd see. Karen, standing in her driveway, laughing. Not her usual sarcastic laugh, but a genuine one. She was talking with a group of neighbors, and instead of lecturing, she was smiling. Daniel had a way of calming her. Whenever she got worked up, he would gently put a hand on her shoulder, whisper something, and suddenly she'd soften. It was like he was unlocking a side of her we never knew existed. For the first time in years, our neighborhood started to feel peaceful. People weren't afraid to breathe anymore. But the biggest test of Karen's change was still to come. Summer rolled around, and Daniel suggested something shocking: a neighborhood barbecue. Normally, Karen would have shut that idea down instantly. She hated noise, gatherings, and anything that could disrupt the order. But this time, she agreed. Not only that, she offered to host it in her backyard. We all thought it was a trap at first. But on the day of the barbecue, something incredible happened. Karen was there, setting up tables, grilling burgers, and even handing out lemonade with a smile. Kids ran around, neighbors chatted freely, and for once, nobody felt like they were being watched or judged. Karen even apologized to one of the families she had once fined for having too many cars in their driveway. You should have seen the look on their faces, total shock. By the end of the night, people were whispering the unthinkable. Maybe Karen had changed for good, but not everyone was convinced. Some still waited for the old Karen to come roaring back. Change isn't proven by good times, it's tested during bad ones. And Karen's true test came one stormy night. Heavy winds ripped through the neighborhood. Trees fell, fences broke, and one family's roof started leaking badly. Normally, Karen would have been the first to complain about debris, noise, and property damage. But this time, she was the first one outside, holding a flashlight, knocking on doors, and making sure everyone was safe. She even brought blankets and hot cocoa to the family with the leaky roof while Daniel climbed up to cover it with a tarp. For the first time, Karen wasn't just avoiding complaints. She was helping. She wasn't the neighborhood's biggest critic anymore. She was becoming part of the community. When the storm passed, something had shifted. People began to look at Karen differently, not as the villain of the HOA, but as a neighbor who might actually care. Months passed, and the change in Karen stuck. She married Daniel in a small backyard wedding, surrounded by the same neighbors she had once terrorized. And when she walked down the aisle, I swear, she didn't just look happy, she looked free. She stepped down from her controlling role in the HOA. Not because she was forced, but because she finally realized she didn't need control to feel respected. For the first time, she let go of the power she held so tightly, and in return, she gained something she had never truly had before: friendship. The woman who once ruled with an iron fist was now hosting holiday dinners, helping plant flowers in the community garden, and waving at kids as they biked by. And whenever people ask what caused the change, the answer is always the same: Daniel. He didn't fight her, didn't break her. He simply loved her until she remembered how to love back. So here's the lesson I took away. Sometimes the hardest hearts just need the right person to show them a different way. And sometimes, even the scariest HOA Karen can become the neighbor you never thought you'd want.